As a lifelong Muppet fan, there was nothing I wanted more growing up than my own puppet. Unfortunately, a lot of the puppets you could go out and buy were pretty pricey and kinda ugly and generic looking. So, being an arts and crafts fanatic, I turned to YouTube to figure out how to make my own, only to find out most of them required a lot of tools and materials I just didn't have nor the means to attain. But luckily, one YouTuber recognized this problem and in response uploaded how to make a puppet cheap.
Do you want to make a puppet? Today I'm going to show you how to make a puppet out of random stuff you find around your house.
Brody, otherwise known as the Bad Roommate, released his own tutorial directly in response to another tutorial by popular special effects channel Indie Mogul.
I've showed you how to make a puppet cheaper than what Eric showed you.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
The Bad Roommate was actually the name of a very short-lived series starring Brody himself and his first puppet, Steve. This was essentially Puppet Steve before Irate Gamer's Puppet Steve.
Shit!
Despite being one of my favorite YouTube videos from a young age, I never actually made a puppet using Brody's method. Until today. I always thought Steve was kinda cool looking, so I'm gonna try and make him myself using Brody's tutorial.
Let's get on with the build. Here's what you're going to need for the build today. 2 2-liter bottles, cardboard, duct tape, hot glue, and scissors, of course. This is going to need a lot of fabric. First, what you're going to want to do is empty out your 2-liter bottles. Cut off the upper dome so that when you get done with it, you get something that looks just like this. You're going to want to do that with this other one and then start tracing out a pattern of it onto a piece of cardboard. Grab your scissors and cut it out. Next, you're going to want to cut off the backs of them, making sure that they're still almost full circle and then that they overlap good. Next, cut off the top of the bottle with a rotary tool or a saw or something. Place duct tape around the end of the cardboard and fasten it to the top dome like so, placing duct tape on the edge so that it moves back and forth. Place the fabric on it, pull it back so that it's nice and taut against it, pulling it back and putting it on the inside. Do the same to the bottom part of the mouth. Steve has flaps, just an old box that I put felt around for a quick body. Took one of the pop bottle lids and I glued it on and gave him a nose.
And that's my own replica Steve puppet.
Brody! Brody, are you here? Brody!
I stuck to the original as close as I could, though I did make some alterations. Instead of felt eyes, I used plastic spoons for a more Muppety look. I also added a, for lack of a better term, mechanism of sorts in the body that let the head nod and turn, kinda like a control stick inside a ventriloquist dummy. My only gripe is that I think the nose on mine was glued on a bit too high, but other than that, I'm really happy with how he came out. And I know you're probably thinking,
all you did was make someone else's character? Why didn't you make your own character?
well, I did. Here's one I made of Allie, who, for those of you who don't know, is the main character of my animated web series.
I wish I was a Muppet. Life would be a happy song, for once.
I made her pretty much the exact same way, used felt and cardboard and so on. The only big change was her, chest area. Yes, I know, one's bigger than the other.
What the fuck, man?
Regardless, I think she came out really cool. By the way, way back when I first started YouTube, I actually included a Steve cameo in an early video as a tribute. So, it all came full circle, kind of. Anyways, I had a lot of fun making these. In fact, next week I'm gonna finish my duo and make Jay. And who knows, I'm even kinda toying with making more characters for my show, so stay tuned. I mentioned earlier that The Bad Roommate was actually a really short-lived web series. I mean, really short, lasting only 3 episodes. And from then on, Brody would upload this tutorial. Seeing how successful it was for him, he decided to retire The Bad Roommate and create a new channel dedicated to puppet tutorials, which was also very quickly abandoned after 3 installments. Regardless, Brody, as corny as it sounds, I want to thank you for inspiring me as a kid and teaching people that anyone could make a puppet if they were imaginative enough. That's truly what art is all about to me. Heck, it's the entire basis of my own channel and how I make cartoons from MS Paint. To me, there's no rule book or scientific formula dictating what art is or how to make it. What really matters is creativity. After all, let's never forget this fun piece of trivia.
I made the first Kermit out of a spring coat of my mother's, and a couple of ping pong balls
I see.
for the eyes. We still use ping pong balls.
I don't.
Humiliating.
Go forth, my minions, and make a puppet army.